This episode of What If It's Cool is brought to you by Respro Clothing. Respro Clothing, where you can get the latest merchandise from all the stars, including Luke Resner, Som, Savannah Rowe, Nova Nichols, and my personal favourite, Conflict Axiom. So make sure you check out Respro Clothing. You can find them on Facebook and on Instagram. And by Alpha Pro Wrestling's Revival. That's right, after a long hiatus, Alpha Pro Wrestling is back. Their first show, Revival, will be happening Sunday, October 8th at the Pipeworks Market. All the action starts at 1 p.m. on Sunday, October 8th. Make sure to check it out. It's Reaction Wrestling Wednesdays, and I'm here with John L. Crossfire. Johnny, how are you, man?
Not too bad, mate. Not too bad.
Well,
have me again, by the way.
Yeah. Well, it sucks because at the time of recording, Collingwood have just won the fucking grand final.
All four teams I wanted to win across AFL and NRL lost, so let's move on.
I'm gonna be digging a further grab on this one, but because I didn't even watch the NRL grand final, I thought it was next week. Who won?
I actually did think it was next week as well until like Thursday or Friday, and it was like, holy this weekend. But yeah, the Broncos actually put on a clinic. They were 16 points ahead, and then in the space of 8 minutes, Penrith caught up and then got another one, like I think with 5 minutes to go, and ended up winning with 2 points difference. So
okay,
it's come back in their history. So look, that's good for them. It's in the record books. But Mrs. Crossfire is a bit heartbroken. She's a diehard Broncos supporter because that's who her dad supported before he passed, and I even stole one of her jerseys, and I was a makeshift Broncos supporter and still wasn't good enough.
Oh God,
about this year's than my own team losing last year, but I think because her team actually gave it a better crack than we did last year. So
yeah, well, I'm a Knights supporter, and
oh well,
let's leave it at that. Let's leave it at that. Just a bit of housekeeping. How's the health going?
Just pretty much the same as the other week you had me on. I'm, having good days and bad days. It's still weirding me out, as I was saying on the last episode, that despite the blurriness, the colors are still popping so much more on this side, especially when I wake up in the morning. I wake up and it's like, crap. It's like blinded by the light, Bruce Springsteen, man. Like I wake up and it's just smacks me in the face. It's like, Jesus Christ. But no, we're getting there, plugging along.
Yeah, that's all right. That's
started cooking a lot more. As I used to love cooking before I had it all happening, but I've been cooking a lot more the last couple of weeks, and so far so good. I've only cut myself with a knife once, so
yeah, that's all right. I've got to stop looking at your stories because every time you post something, your film's like, now I'm getting hungry. When we do catch up, you're definitely cooking in the kitchen on that night. That's for sure. What's coming up for Call to Conversation?
So actually, as of recording in 2 days' time, will actually be, I believe, the day that this is dropping. I will actually be talking to Jeremiah Kingsley. It'll be dropping the following Sunday. Banning off the back of our last Reaction Wednesday, Jeremiah actually slid into my DMs and we worked it out. I was trying to get it done before daylight saving because it was only 2 hours difference. It's now 2 hours difference, but that's all right. We'll get it done. But yeah, pretty excited. Keep an eye out for that. We'll drop on all the same platforms: Podbean, Spotify, Google Podcast, and whatever other ones there are, but I know it directly goes to those three. But yeah, I don't know. I probably want to go onto YouTube now just because it's a pain in the ass syncing all the audio up, whereas on Spotify it all just does it itself as I pump it out. But yeah, I'm pretty excited for that one. Pretty excited. As I said in the last one, I've haven't really watched much of him until the last episode, but I've been following him on social media for however many bloody years it's been. So it's going to be cool to sit down and actually learn about him while everyone else is learning about him at the same time, basically.
Should also point out that I've been reached out by Jeremiah as well. I have yet to confirm a date with him, but look out, he will be on. I don't normally announce who I'm going to have on the show until, probably about the week prior, but I will say this, I will be having Jeremiah, and it is going to be very interesting to tell his story. But I more for this one, when I have him, I just want to talk about the event itself, and next time I have him on the show, and then talk about his career, because I think just from the people that I know who are part of that Forever Roxy event, I know there's a lot more to be digging in there, and that's what I'm going to talk to him about. For yourself, John, what is coming up?
So October 14th, ICW presents Capital Carnage. It's going to be absolute carnage, hence the name. It's a night where we have a multitude of scramble matches. You know, if anyone remembers the old school championship scrambles that WWE did in, I think,
Love them.
2008, they did like 4 of them and they were amazing. And then they just didn't do it again for whatever reason. But it's an amazing concept. Most of the competitors are going to be randomly selected. So I'm not going to know who's coming out until I'm sitting there on commentary. So that's going to be fun. But yeah, Mrs. Crossfire is actually meant to be making her official ring announcing debut on that night as well. So
Lovely.
yeah, get her some practice in before she has the big one at ECW, since it's been hyped up for the last few months and will continue to be hyped up. So hopefully get her in and just get a little bit of a taste so she can somewhat shake the nerves going into it.
As long as she doesn't introduce Robbie Parker as the hard um although that would be hilarious for her to do.
Look, if she does it, she does it. I'm just going to be sitting on commentary laughing my ass off.
All right. Well, what's happening? What's happening today? What are we reacting to?
I believe I've sent you a multitude of matches, but I believe we've selected Tank versus Benny the Back Rower. This was actually, I have actually rewatched this match. I didn't actually get to be there the night it happened due to the fact that I believe that was the event where I took Mrs. Crossfire out for her birthday instead. But
Okay.
this was actually, I can't remember if this was a pre-show match or it was on the normal show, because normally when they upload full matches on the YouTube channel separately, it's the pre-show matches. But I believe they just uploaded it just because it was a good match. But Tank, a lot of the time, he's actually one of my former tag team partners, but a lot of the time has been in tags. But the last year or two has really started to break out and try new things. And Benny, although not very well known in the New South Wales region that he is known, had become a big star before, unfortunately, he got injured. But this is very much a breakout moment for both these guys. The fans were into it. The talent was into it. Watching back, I had to message both guys and be like, good job, because I feel like this is a pretty good match and it's a great representation of where ICW is as a company now. Like, there's been hit and misses over the years. There's been valleys and peaks, as in all professional wrestling, but like this is probably the best representation of where we're at now. And I'm excited for you and everyone else to see it. And as I said in one of our interviews, you know, we don't have the best, you know, production value. It's just dudes with a camera and a ring, but I feel like everyone gives it 100%, and that's what matters.
Just so people know, because I still don't know the whole story. What exactly happened with Benny? Like, I know he's injured, but what exactly occurred there?
So unfortunately, he was wrestling someone up north. He took a vertebreaker. The move went wrong. Unfortunately, it was a freak accident. Professional wrestling happened, and the vertebreaker turned into an actual vertebreaker.
Oh no, God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's medically retired, and that sucks. But there is still a GoFundMe for him because obviously, you know, he still can't work or anything because of it. It's changed his entire life. Probably a turn of phrase, but it's turned his life upside down. Like it's just,
yeah. That's just
he's a good dude. He was a great worker, and unfortunately, it's just proves that, you know, wrestling, what wrestling really is. You know, it's, everyone says, you know, it's this or that, but it just shows the risks that no matter how much preparation or whatever can go into it, there's always going to be something that potentially could go wrong, unfortunately.
All right. Well, let's get right into the action.
Well, I don't know who I'm backing tonight out of these two.
Well, I tell you what, this is going to be one hell of a battle. So
we've only seen Benny a couple of times down in camera.
Waiting for the referee to call it, so I can. Are you ready?
Whole 480p camera work, though. That's one thing I will say. I keep telling him he needs a new camera, but
it's all right. It's just the action that we want to see. You know, it doesn't matter if the production's not that great.
This match is they've both got their own sort of fans.
This is one of my favorite venues that we do as well. It's the Belconnen Theatre. It's kind of like an auditorium where everyone's on the one side, which for wrestling is weird because you're so used to playing to all sides. But with the lights and everything in person, it's a pretty cool vibe, especially for the family friendly kind of environment that we try to cater to.
Okay. Kind of reminds you of like the Lucha Fantastica show that I went to in Frankston, where there was like one side, but just the lights and everything made a spectacle.
Yeah, yeah, it's just awesome, man. It's awesome.
That is a slick haircut.
Wow.
That is slick. I'm liking this. And Benny showing off some speed there.
Yeah, this is Insanity 2022, actually, so it wouldn't have been Mrs. Crossfire's birthday. I believe it was her. Oh, actually, no, I was actually the week after I got my surgery. Actually, now I think of it,
Ah, okay.
week after or the week before. But yeah, I was like, for some reason, I thought it was this year, but no, it just says 2022, not 2023. What is math?
And look at that. Did you see that? Just straight around, all around Benny. That was amazing.
Beautiful headlock.
But Tank is someone, and I'm going to call him out on this if he does watch it. He's someone that doubts himself a lot. And there's someone that has both teamed with him, wrestled him, and just watched him train in general.
Mhm.
He has improved a lot. Now, does he have the fanciest footwork? No, but I've told him this. He's a big guy, you know, like as long as he gets the basics down, which he has, fine. He's got a very big,
Oh, he's got a very beautiful forearm. That's awesome.
and he's a southpaw, which almost every time I've worked him, I've forgotten, and he's rung my bell, but it's been my fault because I'm expecting it to come from one side, but it comes from the other.
Absolutely going after Tanky, not standing back at all, firing off those huge shots.
But no, he's got a lot of heart and a lot of love for professional wrestling. He has a very big fan following in Canberra, but he just doubts himself a lot more than he should. And that right there is a prime example of why
Wow. I'm already becoming instantly a fan of his. I like his work.
like all jokes aside, you know, kayfabe rivalries, whatever. The agility that he just showed there is a prime example of why I keep trying to push him and why so many people keep trying to push him.
Yeah, Tank, if you're watching, man, like, you're friggin' awesome in my book.
And that's why I don't know if we'll end up getting to it, but one of the matches I sent you actually was Tank's match versus Arima from this year's Insane Asylum, which was our biggest show of the year.
Ah.
Probably match of the night for that night, in my opinion. And we had a sold out crowd. They were hot the whole way through. And to me, that was the match that stood out. So,
Well, we're going to get to that eventually, just not tonight, I don't think.
but yeah, I'll call him out on here for everyone to see.
Oh, man, he's got speed on him, too. And
When he gets going, dude, he gets going.
Ben's a good seller. I like that.
Calls that the bazooka.
Bazooka?
Big run and splash. He calls it the bazooka.
I'm just really admired by Ben's attire. Just like I keep thinking he's a rugby player or something, but
Yes, Benny the back rower. Because he's too small to be a front rower, but that's okay because it's all about what's in here. I believe Benny's actually a Manly fan in real life, but we won't hold that against him.
now I'm just starting to think he's not cool if he goes for Manly.
Tank, obviously being from Canberra, is a very huge Raiders supporter, but that's neither here nor there either.
Oh, that was gorgeous.
Oh, inside out.
Wow. I can't understand because you're saying that he doubts himself. Like, why? He's so good.
Honestly, in saying that though, like even when you said to me, like, can I watch some of your matches? I was just like, you know what? I think we're all just our own worst critics.
Yeah, true. Oh.
Yeah, as I said, like Benny, like, you know, he's not like the biggest guy, but he's not the smallest guy either. The fact that he does this and one of his patented moves was also a lion salt, which I'd almost like probably break my back even trying to attempt. But
what the hell's on his pants? It looks like a skid mark or something.
I'm trying to work out what it is. I think it's some sort of logo, but because of like the lighting, you can't really.
Oh, beautiful curve stop. Sorry, Ben, if you I wasn't trying to be disrespectful. I just call it where I see it.
See, now my ADHD is like, what actually is that? I've seen him wrestle many times, and I've seen him in person, and now I'm like, I don't even know what it is. Mm.
It's got to be over.
Oh, that was a beautiful sell by Tank.
It's got to be over now. Come on, he's going to try and roll it.
Dead
He's
weight.
too big.
Good.
You
That's
can't
perfect.
get him over. Back up.
He's too big to move.
Wow.
Tickle him. Come on.
He's got him. Yeah, he's over.
Oh, Benny.
Even the referee can't believe it. Back on.
Intense, folks. That was
That's what I mean. Like the timing of that kick out, and like just he needs to give himself more credit. So this whole video now is just going to be me calling Tank out if he watches it back.
literally driving Tank's head straight face first into the mat.
But no, it really is a shame what happened to Benny, because he was really starting to come into his own for the experience level that he had.
Off the ropes. Comes in, drops the elbow.
Drops the huge elbow. Oh, another kick out. Wow, Tank showing some real toughness here. But how much more armor
Here we go.
take? I mean, he's taking a
What's he gonna do?
beating.
What's he going to do?
Head him up for the lion salt, I think. Nope.
Tank is struggling. Tank's really struggling.
Tank's in real trouble. DDT.
Beautiful.
Massive hit. What's Benny doing?
Yeah, here we go.
Lion Salt.
Yeah. I was like, I've seen this match before. I swear he hits it.
Oh! Beautiful. Oh, what?
But he didn't put enough weight on him. Not a good enough cover, by God.
Oh my God, I thought that happened yet. Just can't crack the Tank armor yet. Look at Benny's face. He's almost breaking. What can he do? What does he have to do?
Boot Salt.
Put on about another 200 kilos. That's what he needs.
Oh, no. Super kick, maybe. Does he do super kicks?
I believe he's setting him up for the spear here, which is his finishing move, the beers and spears.
Okay. Whoop.
Oh, into the post. Right into the shoulder.
Off the ropes.
Oh! That was. I like that. I love that move. What's that? What's that? What's
No,
his move called?
it's a variation of the black hole slam, aka the big boss man slam. He calls it the recoil.
Still Australian champion.
Yeah, I'll just have to mute the music because that's copyright issues that we don't want to have on this channel.
Oh, you don't actually. That's one thing with the ICW ones you don't have to worry about, because they're either instrumentals or the owner has dubbed over the original themes.
Oh, okay. Screw it. I've already muted it.
I actually got a written like message from the band that does both my theme song and Rogue's theme song as a team to show the owner to be like, look, I have permission to use this. Please don't edit over it. No, like I feel like that's just, as I said, production could it be better? Yeah, we're aware enough of that. But at the end of the day, you got a camera, you got two dudes wrestling, you got people in the crowd that are loving it. There's young Bo Kennedy, who has gone on to since make his debut in the referee shirt. Another one that has a lot of potential.
Mm.
Someone to definitely keep an eye on, especially coming up with the ECW stuff next year.
So what was the championship that he had here? Was it the
ICW Australian Championship, I believe. He's currently the ICW Canberra champion.
And did you make this
No, that one
Was
I
it?
didn't do. That one was made by Curtin Jerker Designs. That one.
Oh, okay.
I've done
Oh.
all the ones since then.
Fair enough. All right, John. Yeah, fucking great match, dude. Like, I don't know what I was expecting because, like, I think that's the very first time I've ever seen anything from ICW, and I'm impressed. Definitely.
That's what I said. Like, I feel like, a lot of people, people openly have crapped on the company online, including other people that are in the same region. And hey, look, whatever floats your boat, you do you sort of thing. But I feel like that right there is a perfect example of where we're at. You don't need to have all the bells and whistles. Would it be nice to have the money to have those? Absolutely, because it accentuates everything. But I feel like that right there is a perfect example of where we are as a company. And that's why I enjoy doing commentary so much, because as much as it sucks for me personally, sucks for me, right? Like there's wars and famine, and I just can't do sport for me.
Mm.
But as much as it sucks for me personally that I can't be in there, I like being able to sit back and seeing this because I'm getting to watch everyone grow and be better. And as I said, the young referee that refereed that match has since gone on to debut, Bo Kennedy, and his father actually was the one on commentary for that match, Devious Dave.
Ah.
He's come from a wrestling family. It's a small local family. He was born into the business, but he has very much put in the work. He's a very talented kid, and I've made no secret about it. Whenever I do get cleared, he's one that I want to wrestle because he's developing rapidly, further than I ever could. And I could say that for all of the young rookies. And I can't wait for you to, if you do get a chance to come up for ECW, to have a look at them, because my young rookies, Thornhill as well, Striker, I've never seen a better crop of rookies come through the company in the history that I've been there. So,
oh well, I'm gonna try my best to get there. But like I said, it may not happen because when you work a regular 9 to 5, and especially in retail, January is very tough to get off. You know?
no, I feel you've been there, done that.
No, but I'm really glad we got to pick something that's not, you know, well, I don't like saying the mainstream, but like ones that, you know, that aren't really talked about, because there's so much wrestling out there that we just don't really get to hear or see about for whatever reason. And I think it's going to be great for us to continue doing these videos. You know, let me just stress this enough that whenever John's on here, it is a cross promotion between Court and Conversation and What If It's Cool. John doesn't work for What If It's Cool, so for everyone who messaged us last week,
I'll take a job.
But because the amount of people that messaged me the last few weeks, so last few days, were all saying, "Oh, the guys from What If It's Cool," like, no. John is from Court and Conversation, and his show is fantastic as well. And he has more insight into the world of wrestling than I do, because I don't obviously work in wrestling. But also, What If It's Cool, it talks about anything and everything that is cool in the world today, not just wrestling. Because I've had, you know, all different kinds of people on the show, and it just happens to think that wrestling is the coolest thing in the world. So. It is what it is for me.
Not going to get any arguments from me.
Yeah. But yeah, so definitely check out ICW. Definitely a great company. And like John was saying, the footage band will be the best, but the action's awesome.
Yeah, I'm very excited. Cheap plug, Capital Carnage, October 14th, in that same venue at Belconnen Community Centre. I'm very excited to be able to get back there and get on commentary and cheer and boo and try and influence the fans. For my own personal gain.
Well, the link is in the description for that if you guys want to check them out. John, for Court and Conversation, where can they follow you on all socials, and where can it be found?
So just at CIC Pod on Facebook and YouTube. It's at Court and Conversation, one word, on Instagram. But if you just go to Instagram, like I say, usually at sensational_LJ, click the link tree. Everything's there. Pro wrestling tees. There's a little pop vinyl guide done by Wrestling Travel Sydney. Amazon wish list. All of my, various Facebook pages, because I've tried to be as, business savvy as I can. And I've got Crossfire, as I said, the podcast, Rogue. Everything just trickles down. But yeah, it's all there. Have a scroll. Pretty easy to find. Send me a message. I'm always up for a chat. I might not get back to you straight away just because I am having obvious issues, but yeah, I'm always down to talk wrestling or just shoot the shit because got nothing else to do.
Yeah, I just love those random 3 a.m. messages that you send me every now and again, and I don't think you realize it was like I sent it like at like 8 o'clock the night before.
I'm so bad for that, and then half the time because I just get in my ADHD moods, right? I just put my earphones in, and I just like doom scrolling TikTok, or I'm listening to my music, and I'll just go back and start replying to my messages, and then I'm like, oh, I hope that doesn't wake him up.
No, you've been lucky you haven't woken me up, but I'm just like, what the is he doing up at 3 o'clock saying, yeah, man, this is a cool thing, you should check it out. Or
just how I've always been, man. Like for some reason I just do my thinking better at nighttime. Like I don't know what it is, but yeah, I got all that with the show coming up. But a little birdie did tell me that you, Mr. What If It's Cool, Daniel Porcro, I believe you have something very exciting to bring up on this show as well in terms of professional wrestling.
God, I can't believe we had to rehearse that. Yeah, I am very happy to announce. I don't know if it's been said on socials at the time of recording of this episode coming out. I have signed a contract with Alpha Pro Wrestling to be on their commentary team. The first show will be this Sunday, 8th of October at the Pipeworks Market, and also on the 15th. There'll be the second show. I'm very excited to be part of the team, and I'd like to thank everyone who believed in me and also helped me to get to the dance, basically. And I hope you guys enjoy it. I really do, because the fun that I had yesterday, which was the Sunday, because today is Monday when we're recording this, doing the promotions. If you haven't seen a What If It's Cool page yet, Instagram and Facebook, just had some amazing time with Adam Crow and John Stop Action. It was absolutely fun. I think you saw it, didn't you?
Yeah. I think I liked a couple of your stories when you were just like walking around with all the flyers and stuff, like
dancing and just being fun. Yeah, it was.
That's what it's all about, though, because if they see you guys having a fun time, they're like, "Oh, what's it going to be like when there's a ring and all the fun stuff?" So, are you? This is just me selfishly being curious. Have you signed on for play-by-play, color, a mixture of both?
I'll let you find out when it does happen. So
hopefully I can see some footage back of this, because I'm very excited, because like, as I've said to you with your podcast, like, you've definitely got the voice for it and you've got the passion for it. So I'm keen.
I got a lot of people telling me that. I've never done commentary before, but gonna give it a good crack. And I'm gotta be honest, I'm myself, but I'm very, very excited to be a part of the team and be working with Peter, and I can't wait for that. So if you guys have well, basically it's only $2 entry, because you just have to get into the market and you get to see the whole action from 1 o'clock at Pipeworks Market. So please,
wrestling.
Definitely. So for What If It's Cool, you can find us on pretty much everything, just at What If It's Cool. I've just kept it nice and simple because, to be honest, I don't want to be going through heaps of things and changing this and this and this. But with that being said, don't forget to like, share, subscribe to this channel, and enable those notifications to stay up to date whenever I post anything. If you can't wait for the next video, make sure to check out the podcast. It is available wherever you get your podcast, and don't forget to also check out Corner Conversation. It is also available wherever you get your podcast. And until next time, we'll catch you on the next one. Peace.